you hear me talk often about character guys. He's definitely that on and off the ice. Plays our style. Heavy game that we like. He's been a warrior for us. There's a lot of things that he has that are compatible with the way we want to play. So still, he's 32, but we feel he's in very good condition. He keeps care of himself, and frankly, he wanted to stay here, so it was easier to get done for that reason.
Peter, with all the young D-men that you have, did that give you any pause before you entered into this negotiation?
Not really. D like Dennis are hard to find, and I think he's been so good for us, and there's the way that he plays. It's hard to find, and we've got D in the depth in the pipeline that have bits and pieces of their game that play like that are like that, but not the whole package that Dennis has. So I really didn't. I just felt he was he's in super condition. He's, knock on wood, he's very rarely been injured, and he plays heavy minutes.
How smooth did the negotiations go? Just because he wanted to stay here and obviously he wanted to be here.
They were fine. I mean, we. Like every negotiation, there's kind of give and take, and I know Dennis had said something that we hadn't been talking, but we'd been talking for a little bit. But at the end of the day, we wanted to keep him. Dennis wanted to stay here, and you've heard me say it before. He probably gave up some money, but the risk is that going to the free market, you could get hurt, or the market could go in a different direction or something like that. So it was relatively smooth, but there was still some give and take though.
Peter, thinking back to that trade in 2010 and when you really noticed him the year before in the playoffs when he was with Carolina, just how much have you appreciated, I guess, his postseason success here as well?
Well, I've really appreciated it, and that was, Dennis has been in the league a while when we made that trade, or just the year before we made that trade. He's you heard me say around when we made that trade about his his hockey sense improving, and it's only improved since he's been with us also. He just he clears pucks on the wall. It's hard. You have to be strong, and you saw him in that series against us and that whole playoff that year, and then with us, it's like he plays like a fullback, but with the skills to clear the puck too. He clears the lane, and he's a really strong player. So again, hard to find those guys. Hard to find the guys with strength like that can clear pucks like that and can still make plays.
Do you think it's extra good to have a guy like him around with a young defenseman to emulate? I mean, it's hard. You can't emulate Chara because he's such a strange specimen. But Seidenberg,
I won't tell him he said that.
Science is really not that big a guy, but he can. But I mean, it's good.
Well, he's thick. He's thick, but you're right. I mean, he's defensively responsible first and foremost. So just to lead by example in that way, yes. And then what he's like. He's a terrific guy and wants to help out, and so yeah. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why we re-signed him, and that was one of them.
How unusual is it, Peter, for a guy of his age to give him in this sport to give him 4 years though? Is it not that unusual, or do you have?
No, not really. Not really. I mean, if you go back and survey a lot of the deals, no. It takes him till he's 37, so it's a good point. We feel the way he takes care of his body. He does play hard, but the way he takes care of his body, he's going to get bumps and bruises along the way. But we felt that to have him around for a long period of time, 4 years, was feasible.
Peter, how important was it for you to get this done now before the season, and for Dennis as well?
I think for both of us, it was good to get it done before the season. Frankly, if it went longer, I was fine with it. But I understand the player wanting to get it done before the season.
Do you imagine you got other guys coming through? Do you want to get other guys done?
Well, that'll stay with us. It's private business, but we got impending free agents and stuff like that. But that's all I'll say on that.
Anything else, guys?
Thank you.